Hey y'all, welcome back to At the Table podcast, the virtual table where we discuss all things young adulting. My name is Fikayo and thank you so much for having me back in your ears. Alright, first of all, I just want to thank you guys all so much again for just having me in your ears. It really does mean a lot to me that you guys continue to come back and y'all can continue to support this small little podcast. I always love coming back here and I always love just being able to have this community that I'm a part of. Y'all are really amazing. Y'all are really just helping me bring this podcast up. And I'm just so appreciative. All right. So let's get into this episode. This episode, we are just going to be talking about, 7 categories of my life and how I fare. And this episode's just really good if you're trying to have some background, something playing. If you're also trying to just figure out yourself and you need you want to hear how somebody else is figuring out their life and, you want to be entertained by me because I think I'm pretty funny and I'm worth the shot. Yeah, so where do we start? Okay. So first off, do y'all remember in episode 25 when I said I had a cold? Yeah, no, baby, I had COVID. And, for the last, 2-3 weeks, y'all don't know when I recorded this, so it doesn't even matter. But for some time, a girl was down bad, child. Let me tell you something, that COVID is real. It is the second time I've gotten COVID. And neither time was pretty great. The first one though, I did lose taste. This one I didn't lose taste and smell. So I'm just thankful that it didn't reach that level, but the body aches are real, the runny nose are real, the coughing, they're all real, and it's not fun. And I give it a 0 out of 10 experience. That was not funny. It wasn't cute. What else? I wanted to talk about the last day of September is tomorrow. So that is why I'm also going to be naming this podcast a September recap. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think this podcast is going to be really, really good. Y'all really get to get into my head, and that's what these Let's Talks are. They're supposed to be y'all being able to see into my life just a little bit more, get a little bit more depth. So that's what we're going to be doing today, and I'm really excited. But of course, before we start, we have to talk about what I'm praying for. And what I have been praying for and praying around lately has just been that God should help me not take time for granted. And I don't know how to explain this, but it literally just is that today I realize I have so much time in front of me, and I really hope that I'm intentional about every single day and every moment and every hour that I have, and I'm using it to help me stack a beautiful, amazing, phenomenal life. Because I think one of the scariest things for me is for me to be on the other side of time where I've used up so much time and I look back and I'm like, what did I do with everything? That, oh gosh, that is my actual nightmare. So while I'm in the front of time and while I still have a whole lifetime to live, I really want to just be intentional that I enjoy every moment. And every second that I'm existing and I'm living and I'm rolling around in, I feel it. And I feel the love and I just want to feel it. So that's what I've really just been praying for me just to be intentional about the time I have and not waste it. All right, y'all. So now for the next segment, what have I been snacking on? And child, let me tell you something. I have been snacking on fall. Y'all have no idea. Every fall, I don't know what it is. I don't know why it's like that. I even had to look it up on Reddit, child. But every fall is so nostalgic for me. It's just a growing season for me. It is really a time that I reinvent myself. I will talk more about that a little bit more when we get into our episode for today. Or maybe we probably should just even go straight into our episode for today as I'm talking about fall, because that was definitely one of the first things I wanted to talk about. So I have broken up what I'm going to be hitting on, and I think there are about 10 categories, right? So personal, emotional, physical, academic, career, finances, social, creativity, I guess, spiritual, and relationship. Maybe. We'll see. hmm And I've just written a few things down and we can just kind of go through them. And again, like I said before, fall. Well, starting with personal, like I've scored that a 9 out of 10. And it starts with fall. Like fall has just been, Lord, I love it so much. And I don't know what it is. I think it's the changing of seasons for sure, but it's the dying. It's everything dying. And I love just catching myself right here for this dying season because I know there's going to be a rebirth. I know that spring next year is going to come and summer next year is going to come and everything is going to flower back up again. So I really, really, really love watching this slow death come just for next year and just for next harvest and next fruit. And I think there is something powerful in transition that is something that like we all need to touch in on and find power in. Usually I find that I start planning for the next year around this time right now. So right now is a very contemplative season for me. Right now is where I kind of review the year as everything is dying down. You know, this year is also dying down. What worked this year? What didn't work this year? And I really start reflecting on that. And then I usually take this whole spirit, right? And by December, I usually will have a plan and I know what I'm going to do so that in January, I start right back up. So it's not like I'm in January thinking about what I'm going to do for the rest of the year. It's like I've already been working on it for so many months and I've been thinking about it, creating systems around it, working on the goals that I'm trying to implement. And by January, I already am in a system and I already have like some type of momentum built or I've worked up the hard part. So now like everything else kind of just flows. And I find that that really, really works for me. So October is very, very like this season, this autumn. It's very, very sacred to me. It has become very sacred to me. It has become this very peaceful month. I think about my friends. I've been thinking about everything and it's just been so amazing. And like I said, I've been working on my systems. I have been reflecting back on this year and thinking about what worked. My morning routine worked, the jogging worked. What didn't work? Oh, I should probably stop drinking. Like, you feel me? Like, taking the things that did do well and highlighting those, and then the things that didn't do well, kind of like minimizing them. So, why didn't this thing work? Like, what's going on? Why am I doing this? Why am I not doing that? For example, my running did very good. My morning routine, when I did it, I realized like, my morning and my nighttime routine, I realized that like, I ate there, but drinking wasn't too good for me this year. And like, that's one thing that I really want to work on. Like, I don't want to drink anymore, just for personal reasons, right? But, okay, like, how do I make sure I don't do that anymore? And learning these systems and blah, blah, blah to begin to like work on the things that I don't want to do anymore, you know? So it's things like that. What else did I put down here? So I just jotted a few things down just to kind of keep me on course. And so everything kind of sounded a little coherent. But yeah, it's been okay. So then I have right here also, I've been loving acoustic and folk music lately. And again, just for that contemplative, thinking in my head music, it really, really, really makes me feel like I'm in an episode of This Is Us. And I love it. Mwah. 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. 5 out of 5. Like it is an amazing experience. I love it. And another thing that I have had to deal with personally is not put myself in bad places. So I kind of hinted at this earlier as well about literally the fact that I'm trying to make sure that I create solid systems around myself that help me become the most productive. So I'm trying to also create systems to take me away from the things that hinder me as well. So if there is something that isn't good for me or I inherently shouldn't be doing or inherently has a bad consequence, like I look at the whole thing, the bigger picture. For example, drinking. maybe I only drink when I'm around this person, this person, this person, right? So maybe that means that I need to limit the way that I interact with this person, this person, this person. Or maybe there's something to look at with that relationship dynamic as well. When I'm with them, do I have to drink? And if at that, like, is that a real friendship that I have to be able to drink to sustain our friendship? So maybe I pull them out of like, or maybe it's just coincidence. Wherever we see each other and we hang out or whatever, this thing has to happen as well. Maybe we pull us out of that experience, right? And we move our relationship somewhere else on a different playing field entirely. So instead of us like meeting up at a bar or going somewhere to go eat where there's drinks provided, maybe we go on a long walk where there is no drinks. That way it doesn't intentionally put me in places where I might feel like I want to drink. And also, it takes the relationship that I have with the person outside of the context of drinking. That way, it salvages our relationship, but yet still allows me to maintain my own personal goals or whatever. Now, I know somebody's probably like, then why don't you just don't do it? If that works for you, baby, that works for you. And that's okay. But I'm not there yet. I am someone who I just think I just need to I need to build that discipline before I can start exhibiting that discipline. So that means I need to stay away from it for a while. And while I'm hiding, I'm building up the discipline for it and I'm learning the skills and the techniques to be able to be in those type of contexts and not exhibit those type of behaviors. So that's what I'm doing right now. And there's nothing to drinking. If you want to do whatever you want to do whatever you want to do. But it's just something for me and it's personal. It's completely personal. All right, let's move on to the next thing. And this is emotional. And emotionally, I scored myself a 10 out of 10. I'm actually very, very stable. I'm pretty happy and optimistic. But I need to slow down. I really, really do need to slow down. Like, I am doing so many things, I think, and it is like it's starting to, it's not even starting to feel overwhelming if I'm being honest, but it is starting to feel heavy. And we've talked about this before, but I really, really I really, really fight with this feeling because I enjoy being busy. Like, I enjoy having things to do. I enjoy having a to-do list that's full. I enjoy having a full calendar. I enjoy people expecting me to show up to things. I enjoy, people wanting me to be a part of things. I enjoy being needed. I really just enjoy it. I really, really do. And because of that, I feel like I could very quickly become a workaholic, as an adult. But I really enjoy it. And oh my goodness, everything that I'm doing right now, it is so me and I'm passionate about it all and I love it all to the point where I'm juggling so many balls. But I feel like literally this week is when I got to a point where I was like, okay, I can do this. This week, I literally just got to a point where I was like, okay, everything's not that bad. Everything's kind of organized. I done did everything when I was supposed to do it. I got this. And maybe it's not something to my detriment. Maybe it's something that's helping me. Maybe, at a smaller scale, right? I'm learning how to manage everything so that when the balls get bigger, I know how to juggle all of them because I juggled all of them when they were smaller. You know what I mean? Or literally as I'm juggling the balls are expanding themselves and I'm able to control it and handle it because I've been juggling them this whole time. So perhaps maybe I just need to learn how to juggle all of them and give 100% to all the things that I'm doing. And perhaps maybe it might be easier to juggle now, the way I'm doing it, as opposed to, just hoping one day someone's just going to give me this big ball that's going to already have been fully developed and everything. And maybe at that point, when I'm just trying to pick up a big ball out of nowhere, maybe that might be too heavy. But because I've been juggling these balls since, right, I might be able to contain them all. I might be able to do it and do it all well. God, I hate that analogy. Jesus Christ. But um, I hope you got the point. And I just hope you got the point. But yeah, apparently I need to slow down, and this also goes into my physical life as well. I think perhaps I have been pushing myself too hard physically. I would say physically I give myself 100 out of 10 because I have been doing the damn thing. I have been running in the morning. I have been doing afternoon walks at work, and I go to the gym 3 days a week. So I am extremely active, actually. But you know what's annoying? I am not seeing any of the. Let me correct that. I am not seeing like results as fast as I believe I should see them, but maybe because I look at my body every day. I have no idea, but that's what's really frustrating me. But I do think it is a lot. But will I be stopping anytime soon? Probably not, because I enjoy it. I really do enjoy having a physical life that I tend to, like a physical fitness life that I tend to. I really enjoy like having a limit and being able to push said limit or see how far I can move. I really enjoy that mind to body connection that happens when you are running or when you're lifting a really heavy weight. And also during my walks as well. I'm trying to incorporate meditation or breath work or just moments to think in these walks as well. And I really enjoy it. I really like what I'm doing for my body, and I really like how it's feeding into my mental health as well. So I don't know. I definitely need to work on it, maybe tweak it. I don't know. I have no idea, but it is a lot. It is heavy, but I really enjoy it. So we'll see. On to the next is academic. And again, I have just been falling in love with learning. I have been learning everything. And you know what's so weird? Like, school was really hard for me. And I think it's just because I was just learning things that I didn't really care about. But now that I'm outside of school, I'm learning things that I want to learn. And geez, Louise, I have been reading. I have been listening to podcasts. I have been listening to audiobooks back to back to back to back. And I'm just falling in love with knowledge and knowing things. And that has just been a 10 out of 10. I definitely want to get enrolled in some type of school or something, but we'll see along the way what happens, but we'll see. Career is next, and it's 10 out of 10. I'm really excited for it. I love my career. I love where I work. I love my boss. I just love everything about my whole career, and it's amazing. So that's amazing. My finances, I gave myself a 3 out of 10. Or perhaps maybe it's a little higher than that. I don't know really. I've just been really trying to figure out how to handle passive and or I'm just really trying to figure out how to gain passive and what is this word? Recessive income for myself. So money that I can like something that I can do that I can just kind of do, yeah, and then I leave it alone, and then like it kind of like just brings income, and then maybe something else that I can do on the side for income or whatever. So I don't know, like it really just depends on I don't know, it depends on resources, it depends on time, it depends on like how far I'm able to get my voice out there and have people know me a bit more. And I've really been putting in the work, y'all, because I've been really working on it to try to like just I don't know, to expand my coasts. But it ain't easy. This whole like influencer, social media, everything life, it's not easy. But I'm hoping that one day it is worth it. And let me be honest, I have definitely been seeing some gains, you guys. Like I have this part-time job and I'm doing this thing and it's really exciting. And if I wasn't doing this podcast, I never would have got it. So I'm super thankful for all the little things that are happening around me as well. And I'm excited for the things that are yet to come. I really am. So that's good. Another thing with my finances is I'm trying to put myself on a budget, child. Let me tell you something. Child, let me tell you something. That budget thing is hard. Now, I'm pretty good at saving, but budget is hard, y'all. Like, anyway, besides the point. But yeah, I'm trying to put myself on a budget because I guess I need to become more financially, but no one teaches you these things, which is so annoying because these are all skills and concepts that fundamentally we would need to become successful adults. So, and then I'm figuring out that there's different ways to budget as well. So I've just been like going on YouTube to figure out what is the best way to budget, which way is the best way to save as per like, what my salary is, and also, for my podcast as well, and all of these other things. Like, what is the best way to organize my life? And I've just been trying to figure that out. But child, I think I really do need to get a financial advisor at some point pretty soon because I'm kind of just over handling my finances. And if I could just give it to someone and pay someone to just kind of look over everything, oh my goodness. A plus. Like that, yeah, just you know what? You just tell me what to put where and what bucket, and I'll make sure it happens. But you like watch over that and make sure you invest here and there, and you do this with the money and you do that with the money. And yeah, you can do aggressive. I'm young. You can make my portfolio aggressive. That's fine. I don't want to have to watch over all that stuff. I will pay someone. So I think that's something that I have to think about. And maybe that's something you have to think about as well. I don't know. But child, if you find somebody and they're good, let me know. Let me know because I'm looking too. I'm trying to save for everything, marriage, kids, wedding. That is so true. So again, yes, obviously I am obviously saving, but it's so interesting because I don't know what exactly I'm saving for, but I know I need to save. And I know that like big things are going to happen, like me getting married and, the wedding and the house and the kids. And there's just so many things in the front that are going to cost a lot of money that I need to save up for. So it's not anything in particular. It's everything. Everything in particular we're saving for. So that is, that's not fun. It's just not fun. So yeah, we're saving for everything. Everything's getting saved for jeez Louise. I'm just going to give this advice now. Please, I'm not giving financial advice, so please don't sue me, I beg. But I'm just going to give this advice. Now, y'all should be saving. At least save for your marriage. It's going to come. It's going to happen. I know you might not have the person yet. They're going to come. Don't worry. They're going to come. They're going to come. They're going to come. And you don't want them to come and you're looking around for money. They're looking around for money. Everybody's looking around for money. Like, where's the money at? No, baby, start saving now. Even if it's $25 a month, start putting it towards that wedding fund. And God, please pray that whoever you're marrying as well is smart enough to have already started putting stuff away as well. Because child, time sneaks up on you, it sure does. And money may not always equate the time that it sneaks up on you. And I hope that made sense because coming out of my mouth, I'm not sure if it did. But sometimes the money don't be looking right when you need it. So make sure that it is while you're young, while you don't have to think about it. So when you have to think about it, you already have some money to pull out of it. But that's just me. That's my own personal advice. It's not legal, it's not financial. I don't know nothing about nothing. But that's just what I would say. Start saving, child. Start saving. All right. My next whatever is social, and that is a 7 out of 10. And I've been doing well with my social stuff. And I don't know if you guys know, but I have social anxiety. So this has been something that I've been very, very intentional about this year. And I did pretty well. I didn't see as many people as I wanted to see, but for the most part, like I communicated very well with people. I texted people well-ish. I talked to people on the phone. Like I've made some of my relationships stronger. I've been telling people how I feel about them and letting them and my friends know like how much I do love them and care about them. And for October, I've already started planning for everyone and to see everyone. So I would say honestly I did pretty well. Yeah, 7 out of 10 straight. Creatively, 8 out of 10. I have been kicking butt creatively, and I have just come to realize that I am the happiest when I'm creating. And when I'm not creating, I'm not happy. It seems like I am a creative in the truest sense, and I just have to make something. Even this podcast is definitely a creative venture, but I just have to be creating. And it doesn't even have to be for money, just for fun. But I've started a YouTube channel as well. Well, I already have a YouTube channel for this podcast. Well, for me technically, and then I post on there usually this podcast, but I just went to Artscape in Maryland in Baltimore, and I posted that. So that's up there, and I've just been like taking videos, like just taking videos and putting them together and putting a nice little lo-fi beat behind it and posting it on YouTube. And it makes me so happy. Like it makes me so happy. And I have also been this podcast has been my internet baby. So I've really been tending towards this podcast, making sure that everything looks good for it. I'm really hoping that I'm able to grow this thing from the grassroots on up. I really want this table, this community to be something magical. And I want to see if I can take it there. So I've been really working towards this podcast. My personal Instagram as well has been really, really fun creatively to be able to maneuver and kind of just, if y'all never noticed, like, I don't care. Like, I don't care. I don't care. And I really just enjoy just being myself on social media. And I really just enjoy being able to show myself, be myself, because hopefully other people want to be themselves as well. And then the At the Table podcast Instagram as well has been really fun to maintain. If you're not following me and At the Table _pod, what are you doing? Follow us. Come on. And I think I'm coming up on our last 2 or 3. And this one says spiritual, and I put a 3 out of 10. And then I also put a LOL. But honestly, that's cap. It's probably 8 out of 10. I've just been feeling so aligned. Like, my relationship with God has never been so, I don't want to say easy, but frictionless. I just feel like I'm exactly where I need to be, and God is guiding me exactly the way he needs to right now. I feel like there's this covering over me, and it's so beautiful. I feel like I'm really walking into an intimate relationship with God, but it's so nice because it's literally defined by God and I. I pray every day. I listen to like Christian podcasts in the morning. Oh, I even hate saying that, but I like listening to like scriptural podcasts in the morning. And I have just been really, really enjoying it. So that has been just what is it? What did I say again? It's probably an 8 out of 10. Yeah. And honestly, again, I just need to slow down. All right. And I think we're coming up on our last one, which is relationships. And I am not telling you guys about that. Y'all are just gonna have to see. You know, we do have to keep some things private, but I'll compensate you with 2 extra. 2 extra, yeah. And it was really just been, what have I been watching? And I have been watching Big Brother and the Gilmore Girls. Actually, Big Brother is about to come on in about 30 minutes. So I'm trying to get this done so that I can go watch Big Brother. And the Gilmore Girls has just been, beautiful. Just been the perfect autumn vibe. Like, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff. And then, I've been reading The Shit They Don't Teach You by like 2 guys, and they have the same last name. If you find it, that's great. If you can't find it, just DM me and I'll give you the book. But that's really been good. I read it as a part of my morning devotion or whatever. That's a podcast in of itself. So I can explain my morning devotion, I guess. It's not as cringy as it sounds, and it's not as como se dice Christian as it sounds either. It's actually pretty cool. I really enjoy my morning quiet time, devotion time. Yeah. And then I've also been reading this book called Under the Influence, and it has been amazing. So those are the 2 things I'm reading right now. Where are we sitting at? We are sitting at around right around 30 minutes. Okay. It's okay. I think we did good for today. Please be sure to follow our Instagram, at the table _pod. Follow me, FIIKAYO. Next week we have a really exciting, not next week, 2 weeks from now, we have a really exciting, podcast coming, a really exciting interview. So please be sure to come in and listen on that. But yeah, I think that is it. That is all. Let's wipe off the table and wash the dishes. Yes, ma'am. Like I said, please follow us on Instagram. Give us all the 5 stars. Give us all the ratings. We really need it. It helps our podcast gets pushed up and allows people to see us more. What else? What else? What else? Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Don't forget, I love you so much and pray all the time and laugh really, really freaking loud. Goodbye.